Welcome back to another episode of How to Convince with Lawyer Vince. I'm so excited to have you here because today's topic is something that has been widely touted on my Instagram and TikTok, and that's comebacks that silence disrespect, and also why silence isn't always strength. You've probably heard it from dozens of communication creators, and they always say that the best comeback to disrespect is silence. And don't get me wrong, I think silence is a very powerful tool. And I think distancing yourself from disrespect is a very important thing to learn. But however, I see so many people use silence as a crutch, as a cop out because they don't know what to say, or they think that it's powerful when they're not using it correctly. And oftentimes that doesn't allow you to stand up for yourself. And that's what we need to learn today is what are the right words to use to fill that silence so that the other person knows that their disrespect or even these small jabs aren't okay, and that you notice it and that you're not just going to accept it. Because when we are silent, oftentimes we teach the other person that it's okay to disrespect us. It's okay to make these subtle jabs because you're just joking or because, we're having a lighthearted moment. It's okay. No, oftentimes when you speak up, that's when they finally figure it out that, oh, you know what? Vince isn't going to play like that. Or Vince doesn't tolerate those type of things in his conversations. And that's what you need to learn is the right words. And I'm not talking about comebacks like you're trying to get back at them and cause a fight or you're trying to have a gotcha moment. Comebacks is what I mean when I say, I want you to shift the tide in the room. I want you to have the other person feel like you're not just a punching bag and that you are going to stand up for yourself. But we're not going to make this hostile. We're going to keep it respectful. And this video, we're going to learn when is it appropriate to use silence? When is it appropriate to speak up for yourself? And how to do those things and what phrases you can steal from this video. And you can actually practice them so that when you're in those moments, you know exactly what to say. I want to dive into a quick little story that I experienced myself when silence really backfired for me. I was at a friend's birthday party and we were mingling and I had met somebody's boyfriend and I didn't know who he was, but we started talking and he found out that I was a personal injury lawyer and we were discussing about what we do. And his immediate reaction was, ah, you're a ambulance chaser. I respect the hustle. Something like that. And I remember in that moment, I could tell he was just joking, trying to get a little rise out of me. But deep down, I felt like that little jab that I've heard many times before, being a personal injury attorney, it just, it's something that I just wish other people would understand that there's maybe a handful of people in my field that are the loudest. And so, the reputation might not be the best, but not all of us are ambulance chasers, right? A lot of us, like myself, love helping people that need help, love helping injured victims and advocating for them when they need it. And that's something I'm so passionate about. So when I hear other people, write me off as just an ambulance chaser, it does hurt. And for me, I didn't know what to say in the moment. I kind of just let it go. And I just was silent because I didn't want to make it awkward or make it a big deal. But I remember looking back on that moment and replaying it in my mind over and over again. And I thought, if I'm not going to speak up, then people are just going to continue that dialogue, right? People are just going to assume that every personal injury attorney they meet is an ambulance chaser, right? Or next time they meet me, they're going to think, oh, Vince is okay with that. He probably agrees that he is an ambulance chaser, but you know what? He's making money, so whatever. These type of thoughts are going on in their subconscious without you even realizing it, right? And the more I think about it, the more I wish I would have said something to at least let him know that no, that's not my title. That's not something I subscribe to. I'm a personal injury attorney and I love what I do because I'm passionate about advocating for my clients. And I realized that it's because I didn't speak up that it's my fault. I didn't know what words to say. And I promised myself that next time that moment comes up, I'm going to be ready. So what's the danger of defaulting to silence? Silence can be powerful and should be used when you're in a situation where someone's baiting you or you're in a room that isn't really safe and you're in a moment that isn't really worth it. But a lot of times, like the situation I was in, when you start defaulting to it and that silence becomes a pattern, what you're doing is you're letting the other people define your work, your character, your values, and all of a sudden, you're not just losing a moment, you're losing momentum, right? The disrespect starts becoming normalized. And worse, you start thinking that it's not worth correcting because it's so normalized. You see it often. You're desensitized to it that all of a sudden, it just becomes part of your day to day. You think it's normal for that disrespect to happen. And oftentimes you start not even seeing the disrespect because it becomes so normalized. And you start thinking it's not even worth correcting. Well, this video here is telling you that it is. It is absolutely worth correcting. And here's how we're going to do it. So what is a comeback really? A comeback isn't a punchline. It's not sarcasm. It's a sentence that resets a room. It's you saying, without yelling or without screaming, that version of me you just threw out, not true, not accepted, let's move on. See, a comeback isn't about conflict. It's about clarity. It's about letting the other person know that version of me you just threw out, that's not me. And you're going to clarify it with calm, with confidence, with clarity, and people will respect you so much for it. A comeback isn't about conflict. It's about clarity. Because people that rely on those subtle jabs of disrespect, they are counting on you to be too polite to call it out. But instead, when you stand up for yourself and you speak calmly, confidently, and clearly, see, that moment turns the room and they will remember it. Here are 8 comebacks that silence disrespect. When silence isn't the best option, these phrases will completely reset the room without escalating the situation. 1. Sorry, can you say that again? 2. Did you mean that to be hurtful? 3. Are you okay? This sounds out of character. 4. I'm surprised you feel comfortable saying that out loud. 5. Must be exhausting being so focused on me. 6. Glad you noticed. You're welcome. 7. I do not respond to disrespect. 8. Are you proud of that statement? Now, these aren't comebacks that are going to win the argument, but rather these comebacks are made to shut down disrespect, to close the door on any added drama. Now, I know what you're thinking, that there's so many comebacks. What am I supposed to do with all this? Well, I want you to just pick 3, okay? Pick 3 comebacks that you like and practice them. Memorize them, use them, say them out loud in the mirror, because we start defaulting to silence when we don't know what to say. Now, with these 3 phrases and you practice them enough, next time that you're faced with a situation where you're being disrespected, you know what to say to stand your ground. And this is going to give you less time later replaying the conversation, wishing you would have said one of these comebacks. Now, let's talk about building that comeback muscle, right? It's not innate in a lot of us, because if you're already defaulting to silence, then you need to start training yourself because that muscle hasn't been worked out. And this is how you do it. There's 3 steps. Step 1, rehearse the silence. Take the moment that passes, usually when you fill it with silence, but instead of silence, use your voice. Fill it with a phrase, with one of the comebacks that I taught you. Step 2, use low stakes moments to train. You don't need a huge blow up at work to start practicing. Take a small jab that you get from a friend and practice it, or someone that interrupts you for a 3rd time. Boom, use one of the comebacks. Step 3, stay calm. Always. The most powerful comebacks don't raise your voice. Rather, they raise your standard. Remember, once you learn how to calmly speak up for yourself, people stop testing you. So here's when I finally spoke up. A few weeks after that dinner, I ran into that same guy with the same friend group, just on a different occasion. And he brought up the personal injury thing again. And almost like proud of himself, he said, "Hey Vince, are you still ambulance chasing?" This time, I didn't brush it off. I didn't fake laugh. And I definitely didn't snap at him. What I did was I calmly said, "Sorry, can you say that again?" And just let the silence hang. He froze. He didn't know what to do. He either had to double down or backpedal. And that's the thing about disrespectful comments. They always sound so much worse the second time. And so what he said was almost like he was mumbling, "I'm just kidding, man." And just like that, in that moment, the tide shift. And not because I embarrassed him, but because I held him to what he was saying and didn't let it slide. So here's the final takeaway. Silence protects the moment, but your voice is what protects your reputation. Speak your boundaries, protect your peace, Build your power one sentence at a time. If you've ever stayed quiet after someone made a comment that crossed the line, you're not alone, but you don't need to let that silence define your story. Drop a comment. Let me know which one of the 8 comebacks is your favorite one. And if you like this video, give me a like and subscribe to this channel. This has been How to Convince with Lawyer Vince. I'll see you same time next week.